The next U.S. presidential election is still more than 2 years away, and there appears to be no clear front-runner for the Republican Party's nomination for the 2016 race. Joining me right now is VOA national correspondent Jim Malone. Thank you so much for joining me.
You bet.
We have some new faces considering a run for 2016, but who do you think stands out?
Well, what do you think about a third Bush term or third Bush presidency?
Wow.
One of the names we're talking about is actually an old name, the former Florida governor, Jeb Bush. A lot of establishment, mainstream Republicans would like him to take a look at the race. He's thinking about it. He'll decide by the end of the year. He's already set off a bit of a hornet's nest of controversy with some comments on immigration, basically more reform-minded than many conservatives would like. But if you take Bush out of the mix, you're going to get a lot of new faces, people like Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, some governors like Scott Walker of Wisconsin, John Kasich of Ohio, plus Chris Christie, the governor of New Jersey. He's had some scandal problems, though, and that's why people, at least on the mainstream side, are looking at Jeb Bush.
So does it mean new faces would also bring a new strategy or a new image or a new look for the Republican Party?
Each presidential election cycle in our history is really different from the last. The last two candidates were not wildly enthusiastic people for the conservative base of the Republican Party. That would be John McCain in 2008 and Mitt Romney last time. The question is, though, do Republicans want to win? And the debate that will take place this year and into 2016, what's the role of the conservative Tea Party movement? Do they get to veto the candidates that run for president?
Okay. Before we get to 2016, we have November elections coming up for Congress. What effects do you think that would have on the 2016 presidential race?
Well, here's the interesting thing about our midterm elections, which are every 2 years. When there's not a presidential election going on, the voting electorate is different. Only the really committed voters tend to come out in the midterm elections. It's a smaller piece of the pie. The Obama success was in 2008 and 2012. He was able to energize a lot of newer voters, younger voters, minority voters, a lot of women to come out. Democrats are worried this year that they won't come out and vote, and that's why Republicans think they have an excellent chance to make gains in Congress. The question is, if Republicans do well in 2014, what lessons will they learn for 2016? They still have a problem being able to appeal to a broader group of voters, and it's not clear how the results in 2014 will impact that.
Okay, and in 45 seconds, if we can, what about the Democrats? Hillary Clinton next?
Right now, it's Hillary and no one else, providing she decides to run. There is Vice President Joe Biden, who would like to run, but he's seen the poll numbers right now. It's only a question of whether Hillary wants to run, but I do think there'll be some space in the Democratic primaries for some sort of a challenge, especially on the party's left, because Hillary Clinton is not all beloved by liberals, and there'll be an opportunity there for someone. They may not believe they can win, but they do want to make the arguments to what they would believe strengthen the Democratic Party. I still think there'll be some sort of a race on the Democratic side.
Great. Looking forward to that. Thank you so much for joining us, VOA national correspondent Jim Malone.
Thank you.
Thank you.